All right, I've been getting a lot of requests to do a TradePath full walkthrough, so I want to show you guys exactly what's in TradePath, how do I use it, what are we building, what's the direction that we're going into. The last 6 months, we have been working on something that is going to, in my opinion, change trading in the game of how people learn and how they actually improve as traders. So you guys will be seeing that soon enough when we're actually releasing that new product. And it's and I wouldn't say that just to say that. It's going to be really, really sick. But I want to show you guys basically what TradePath is. I'm sure you guys have seen it in some of my videos, on some of my posts on Instagram. This is my trade journaling software that I've been working on. I've built this team over the last around year and a half, I would say. We've been working on it for around a year now. I'm working on some other things that are going to be integrated too. But this is basically how I journal. And the main reason why I wanted to create this is there's other journaling softwares online, but the reason why I wanted to create my own is because I wanted to make it as efficient as possible, and still be fun and make somebody want to journal. So we add implementations of like things that I would want. So for example, like it's fully customizable. Traders love to customize their chart. It makes it a little bit more engaging. It makes it a little bit more fun, right? Whatever you want to do, if I can add something to get somebody to journal, that's kind of what we want to do. Now in the future, we're going to kind of change journaling, and it's going to be that's a big thing that we're going to be fixing as well. But anyway, let me run you guys through what TradePath is. It's a journaling software that has really, really powerful AI tools to be able to identify flaws in your trading, to recognize trends. Why do you win? Why do you lose? A lot of traders, we kind of make the same mistakes over and over again, and we actually don't really know what to change. There's a lot of the times, and I'm sure you guys can attest to this, where you'll kind of get in your head and maybe be on a losing streak and you feel like you've lost all conviction, and all of your emotions is what you base off of truth. And the way that I think of journaling and why it's so important is because part of myself is going to always try to trick me of where I am, my conviction, my confidence, my decision making. This is actual reality. Like, this is the data, and AI is able to show me data in a way that I wouldn't have been able to see before, or might not have thought about. So this is like a reassurance that I'm able to see exactly where I am with my trading, and also be able to get the best insights to be able to improve. So this is the dashboard. As you can see, this is just kind of the basics of easily recognizing where I am. You can, come up top and filter it to, be able to. So this is pretty much just the month. Have recent trades. My trade win percentage, 57%, 1.1 average risk win to reward. Keep in mind, this account I actually haven't been using. I've been beta testing a new product that we're working on to actually change the way that these trades are tracked. So again, I'll keep you guys up. So these ones haven't been tracked, but beforehand, these are kind of the data just to show you guys. Net P&L down here, TradePath score. So this is basically an overarching score that we give the trader to give them an immediate an immediate number to kind of see where they're trading, right? As we take as 100 is like the best trader, right? Which is really good win percentage, rule adherence, consistency, win-loss ratio, and profit factor. So all of those things are taken into account to basically give you an average or number, kind of think of it as like an ELO almost. So you get like a 1 to 100 ranking based off of all of these specific statistics to kind of average your trading. And then average emotion. So on our trades, you can actually log and slide and pick an emotion of kind of what you were feeling during that trade. Something cool to add. So on the top right, you have your log trade page. So this is basically when it comes to going into the day and actually journaling a trade. There's a couple ways to do it. You can either click at the top and just go add trade. This is where you can input. All right, was it a future? Was it a forex? I can go to NQ, if log this, and then I have my forever model. So then we'll get into that strategy section. But on here, I have my forever model. So I add my personal strategy and my trade rules. So my trade rules is liquidity manipulation, confident draw on liquidity, changing the state, SMT, right? Those are the things in which I really want to track. So upload screenshot. What's really great about this is if I go to trading view, this is basically kind of how I do it right now, which is, let's say I have a chart that I want to screenshot. I'll basically just screenshot the chart, copy it, go over to TradePath, and then just Command V it back in here, and then I can title it. So normally what I title it is like 15-minute chart. So I'll have my chart in here. I labeled it 15 minutes so I know what the time frame is. I can click on it, go back and view this. And then side, so I can choose, again, I can fill in whatever data that I want to actually track. We're currently making this into a template, which will be live in the next week. So all of this will be customizable. You can, choose what inputs you want and what you don't want. Also, we do have broker connections. So right now I'm showing you the manual way of doing this. But if you actually go up to the top, and we'll actually go through that, and I'll show you in a second. But anyway, you have all these limits. You can add mistakes tab, emotional state. So what was my emotion? We're going to make this more specific. I think the kind of emotions of like viewing it isn't very exact or like specific enough to get something out of it. Rate setup, A, B, C, D. If you click the little plus and minus, you can make it plus or minus 2. So you can rate it, click submit. So the difference between log traders is a couple ways, right? So log day is basically a folder of the day. So let's say, for example, I took multiple trades on this day and I connected my broker. So what I can do is once I connect my broker, if I click on the day, it'll take me to this page, and on the top right, it'll show me all of the trades that I took. So for example, let's say like this was a trade, and then I had, another trade. And then it'll all show me the trades that I took for this day. So if I took multiple trades, this will basically be my main page. And then I'll also have a section to check off my day rules. So what's important about a trader is like we have trade rules and we have day rules. Trade rules is like, okay, my strategy is I want to see liquidity swept. I want to see manipulation, SMT, confident draw, right? That's like trade rules. We then qualify day rules, which is like 2 trades max, 5K max loss, kind of like outside other rules, basically. So on this page, I can check those off. So did I take 2 trades max? Yes. Max 5K loss? Yes. And it'll give me basically a little snapshot of, the rules and stuff. And then I can add more screenshots and more notes if I want, but I don't need to. So then going to the next thing, we have trade log. This is basically just a snapshot of kind of each individual day with statistics. If you can click on these, you can kind of go back to view the other trades that you took. Statistic page, this is just a really easy way to go view specifics of what you're looking for. So for example, let me see all of my trades that I've taken on a Monday. And it'll populate all the trades that I've taken on a Monday. I can easily just go back and view all of the trades that I've took, see all the screenshots, and just go say, oh, I want to view this one. Okay. What was the trade? What are my A+ setups? Like when I do follow my rules, I can see myself winning, and I can go back and actually view all of the trades that I'm taking and the importance of, okay, how did I visually see this? What was, my thought process going into this? So I'm able to actually know, like, when I'm winning, why am I winning? And when I'm losing, why am I losing? So again, on statistics, you can kind of classify different models, symbol, how many contracts did you traded, the time duration. So show me all of the trades that were less than an hour, right? And it'll show me all these trades that were less than an hour. So then next is journal. Journal is just a page. Again, to be honest, I don't really use it much. It's just for if you want to take notes, like when watching YouTube videos. We want to build this out more and kind of make it integrated more with the rest of the platform. But here you can just add notes, add a title, go to library. You can add screenshots in here as well if you want, stuff like that. Now, the next page is the strategy page. So this is probably one of my favorite pages because this is where you get to see some cool stuff. So here you can basically create a new strategy. This is when you can create a strategy name. So let's say, forever model, strategy description, blah, blah, blah. I can pick a little color, make it pink or something. And then trade rules. So let's say my trade rule is a change in the state or a break of structure, right? Description, break of structure. It's a trade rule. Now, what's the importance of this rule? Basically saying, how is it necessary, like from nah to like, yes, it's necessary for me to need this to take a trade. So for a break of structure, I pretty much need it, so you just add it, right? Day rule, again, the same thing. What do you want it to be? Let's say 2 trades max. And then you add. And then that is pretty much, you click save strategy, and then you'll have this strategy. So basically now, every time that you go to journal a trade, I can then drop down and click that strategy to then check off my rule. So every time that I take a trade, I can track, did I follow this rule or did I not follow this rule? So over time, what you'll then find is you'll find like this. You'll then be able to see what's my most broken rule, what's my realized win percentage, saying what's my actual win percentage versus my win percentage when I do follow all of my rules. So it'll basically easily show you right at the top, because what I want and what I want to show users is, hey, you're way more profitable when you actually do what you're supposed to do. So stop trying to rely on yourself and look at the actual data to tell you what to do, because we're stupid, we're emotional, right? So 60% win rate, 86% when I do follow all of my rules. Here you can see an easy snapshot of kind of percentage of your rules followed. Again, another TradePath score for this specific strategy. Down here, we'll get into this in a section, this trade AI notes, which is really, really cool. Liquidity manipulation, you can see all of the rules, all of the percentage in which you follow them. And then down here is a heat map, but it's all colored on rules. So like, for example, I've made 14K this day, but 75% of my rules were followed. So it's yellow, right? Everything else would be red. You get it. And then you'll get AI insights delivered on this page as well. So it'll basically tell you, what was the last trades that you had, behavioral patterns, selective rule following. This pattern is now cemented. You perfectly executed complex entry rules, but treat exit/risk rules as optimal. This is intellectual arrogance at its peak. That's also another reason why I made it this way. Is like, it kind of needs to call you out on your bullshit. Emotional trading. Both trades were executed in the warning zone. Emotional state. You acknowledged the danger but proceeded anyway. Rule breaking escalation. On 8:30, you broke both daily rules simultaneously, taking an extra trade and doing it without a stop loss. This is a regression, not progress. Changes since last summary. This is a significant step backwards. Your last summary showed you could follow daily rules, blah, 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 but now you broke them both. You demonstrated that your discipline is just not inconsistent. It's deteriorating. You're becoming more comfortable with rule breaking, which is extremely dangerous. It's being fucking straight up with me. It's being fucking straight up with me. We are traders that need to treat this as a business. And sometimes business people and traders need to be told the reality. Not just, it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. No, because you need to be held accountable. That is why I'm making this. This is why it's like this. Now, I'm going to show you guys a little hack that I do to log trades. So basically, when I go to actually log and I'm taking notes, I actually just talk into it because AI is able to recognize my thought process more authentically. So a lot of the times people will go and like type out, okay, well, going into the day, I was bearish. Like the best way to go about doing this is actually just to talk into it. So I use like a little Windows app called Whisper. On a Mac, you can just press F5, I think, and talk into it. But this is basically what I do. Going into the day, I was bearish. I really, really liked how price action looked. Going into the open, I wanted to see buy side get swept first, have manipulation, end up seeing an SMT, and then reverse lower. One thing that I was thinking about, though, is ES and NQ did have a lot of discorrelation. So when market ended up opening, I continued to have a bearish bias, but the price action really didn't go anywhere. So then I waited for NQ to take the high. Finally, we did, but the assets were very, very discorrelated. So when NQ went higher and ES did not move whatsoever, I knew that ES was most likely going to roll over. We were probably going to go lower. So there ended up being an SMT. Once the change in the state got put in, I ended up taking a short. Pretty good risk. I think I was risking around 600 to around make 2,000. I really, really like this trade. I'm very, very happy with it. And overall, I think it was solid. And there you go. So this just gets inputted into the notes. And what I do is I go click submit. So now what this is doing is adding now to the database. When I go to the strategy page and when I go to the actual AI like assistant, TradeSage, it knows exactly how I think. So for example, when I go to I can choose a bunch of predefined questions. So this is literally like you have a full AI chatbot connected to all of your trades that you take. So I could say, how can I improve my trading? And let's see what it says. Performance uplift data, missed high probability windows. Stat, 42% of trades outside optimal hours, 68% win during 9:30 to 11:30 UTC, right? It's telling me the first hour, the first 2 hours of the market pretty much. Description, your best results occur in the first 2 hours of New York session. Reduce or eliminate trades outside this window, especially late day entries like 805, 14, 8, blah, 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 blah. Data, rule adherence. Stat, 2.3 RR with rule-based trades versus 0.8 RR without rules. Description, trades with full SMT / change in the state confluences like 6.2 and 6.11 significantly outperform impulsive entries. Track rule compliance in your strategy paid process beats outcome every time. Data, risk management optimizations, no consistent risk per trade. Max drawdown 11,000 on 804 and 888. Description, implement fixed risk per trade. Example, 1 to 2% capital and always use your stops like your 804 blow up minus 6K, right? It's literally pointing out, bro, like we don't want another blow up from freaking 8.4. Occurred with no stop acceptables. Trade direction focus. Stat, longs 44% win rate, shorts 63% win rate. Description, reduce long entries. Emotional review consistency, 14 trades journaled, and consistent review frequency. Patience and oversizing. Stat, 3 over trading episodes. minus 4,000 average P&L trades. Description: fewer high-quality trades outperform chasing setups. Your 804 note admits overtraded on the last trade. Filter aggressively and embrace patience. Goal alignment. Stat: current 55% win rate, 600 average gain. Goal: likely higher consistency and reduced drawdown. Bridge the gap by focusing on higher probability hours, strict rule adherence, and eliminating emotional trades. Your system works. Now execute it relentlessly or ruthlessly. Oh my goodness. But do you know how insane this is? Like, you literally get everything you need. Like, stop. I think traders like want to do it themselves, but like, this is such a good tool to be able to understand where you're currently at, what you need to improve on, actually have a system to track what you need to track. It makes you feel more accountable. It's just like if you're using an app to track your workouts, right? If you're using an app to track your workouts, it's pretty much the same thing. You're taking it more seriously. And this is like the best way to do it because it's going to help you so much identify everything that you need to know about your trading and how to improve. You have a full chatbot that you can literally talk to about anything. And the last little thing, we do have a guided meditation on here as well that we made. This is basically, we worked with a woman who does guided meditations. We made this one specifically for traders. It's about, getting into the moment, not focusing about making money, not tying money to your identity, being reactive within the market, stuff like that. But that is pretty much it. And then I'll show you one more last thing too. You're able to connect your broker. So if you go to the settings and you go to add broker, we currently have TradeSage and TradePath NinjaTrader. We're working on MetaTrader, CT Trader, TopStep X we have, but it is a CSV upload. So if you come down here and you can do TopStep X CSV upload because they don't offer API connection. But let's say I go to here, like I go to TradeOvate, and then I can actually like connect all of my possible like prop firm accounts. So if I'm like on Apex, I don't have my login saved, which sucks. But if I go to Apex and I connect my account, let me just connect one of these. I think this is an old account. Yeah. So basically it's a TradeOvate connected successfully. And then if I go to manage accounts, I can have all of my prop firms listed. So I can then add all of my prop firm accounts. It'll all be combined into the journal. And then I can also then group those accounts. In the next week, we're adding grouping. So like you'll be able to group the accounts. So you'll be able to view like them individually. You'll be able to journal them all at once, and so on and so on. So last little thing too, full customization. You can basically change it whatever you want. It's fully customizable. And yeah. But that is pretty much TradePath. Now, we are working, I'm going to probably be just making more videos, maybe one of these a month because of how much work and new features that we're working on to be put out. But let me know what you guys think so far. Let me know what you want to see when you're using the software, when you're using the application. What do you like about it? What do you don't like about it? What do you want to see improved? How are you using it? What do you think something that would help you in your trading? We're currently building something that I can't talk about right now because I don't want to give anybody other competitors. I think that there's other people possibly maybe working on it, so I'm not sure. But it's going to be something really, really cool in the coming months. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you made it this far, because you made it this far, I will give you a 25% discount code so you can go try TradePath right now because I know how much it's going to help you when you're trading. So use the code TT25. That is TT25, and you'll get 25% off at checkout when you go to TradePath.ai. If you guys want to try TradePath for yourself, go to TradePath.ai. It'll take you to this page. You'll basically just go to sign up, and you'll create an account, and there you go. You'll get right on it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, let me know what you think about TradePath, if it is helping you out, if you want to see some things added. But we've been working on this for a while. I'm very, very happy with kind of how far we've come with what we're working on. So I'm excited to continue to show you what we're doing, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.